Yo, yo. Dude, this is a wild matchup. Ooh. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Hope y'all are doing well, having a good day. We are going to be getting into some Shippuden today. Pick it back off with the chaos of the 5 Kage Summit. Y'all, this shit is going crazy. We got our Sith Lord Sasuke just popping off, facing Kage's head on. Honestly, insane how strong Sasuke is right now. Although, in over his head for sure, as you can see. Basically had to be rescued or he would have been cooked by our Tsuchikage's atomic whatever, dismantlement or whatever. Man can defy the laws of physics. Well, not really defying, right? I guess it's within the laws of physics. He's just breaking them apart into tiny little particles of atomic material. Really cool seeing the Kages though. I loved all the powers that we got to see from them and some lore. So much good shit going on, and of course MADARA is showing up at the end, y'all. Crazy stuff. Hope y'all are enjoying this arc so far. I'm really enjoying it, keeping me on my toes, that's for sure. But yeah, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this. If you enjoy it, drop a like, comment, subscribe, all the good YouTube stuff. I appreciate y'all's support as always, and let's go ahead and watch some Shippuden together. How Kiba and Rock Lee are going? I said gummin. Coming and going. That's because Sakura is way better than you know.
Sakura さん、いろいろ考えがあるんだと思います。しかし、フォーマンセルが基本だからって探索任務は俺だもんよ。それに秘密裏にってのがサイの注文。断蔵直轄の目の尾行確認まで俺の鼻任せだぜ。まったく。
Dude, Akamaru's a freaking workhorse, man. He can do it. Yeah, Yamato can repair that easy. He's a master carpenter. Quite the opposite of his ninja way. Yeah. Ooh, bro. Even Madara was slightly surprised by that. He's like, he's so fast. I love how the Rock Kage just growls, bro. Jeez. Oh my. I am. Stock up. It's an interesting way of saying that. Interesting. I'm sure he's super strong still. Is this like going back to like the Sage of Six Paths crap? Dude, that's cool. Oh wow. So you need all of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why he really was so interested in Nagato.
ある化け物か。
化け物。
ガーラ、お前もその化け物の一部が封印されていたに過ぎない。そいつは美獣すべての集合体。
Ooh.
十尾。
Bro, that thing looks freaky. Reminds me of some like Full Metal Alchemist shit, man. Dang. Oh shit, I saw it, y'all. What?
美獣すべての集合体、最強のチャクラを持つ存在、十尾が
美獣は9尾までじゃないのか。
Grows one more.
すべての集合体だと主角ガーラの美獣の一尾、炎の怪病雲隠れの
This is good. We'll get a recap of all of them.
二尾、
There's Cello and Uchi, y'all.
三尾、
Yeah.
養豚の老子四尾、岩隠れの藩五尾、抜け人歌方の六尾、
Oh.
秋隠れ風の七尾、雷影の弟キラービーの八尾、そして木の葉の四
And
尾、
of course, the nine tail baby.
1尾から9尾の美獣はその10尾のチャクラを分散したものに過ぎない。陸道仙人の手によってな。
So he did it intentionally, though.
だから暁は美獣を集めたってことか。
Mm-hmm. You're quick, Conqueror.
ある忍術を開発した。今もその忍術は密かに受け継がれている。
Is that what Yamato has? And
10尾の人中力だった。10尾を抑え込むためにその体に10尾を封印したんだ。人々を苦しめていた10尾から世界を救った仙人は神のように崇め立て祀られた。しかしあまりに強大にして邪悪な10尾のチャクラを己が死ねば封印が解く、また表へ出てしまう、それを恐れた陸道仙人、死に際に最後の力を使い10尾のチャクラを9つに分散し各地へとばらまいた。
interesting. Okay.
そして10尾のチャクラを抜かれた本体は封印され、力の及ばない空へと飛ばされた。それが月と
Cool.
話がでかすぎる。人間にそんなことが本当にできるのか。
10尾の人中力となった陸道仙人はすでに人外の輩になっていた。お前がその分散してあった9つのチャクラ、
Yeah. So he kind of wants to be the god again.
そんな力手に入れて何をする。10尾復活。そして俺は10尾の人中力、
Jeez.
その力を利用し己の動力を強化させ、そしてある術を発動させる。
ある術じゃと。なんじゃそれは。何をするつもりじゃ。
月に己の目を投影する大現実、無限つくように。
Bro, that's freaking dark.
全ての人間に現実をかけ、俺が全ての人間をその現実の中でコントロール。
Control, man. Some god.
問いもない世界だ。全てが俺と一つになる。全ての統一。
No freedom, though.
それが俺の月の目計画。
ふざけるな。お前などに世界を渡さん。
幻の平和などごまかしだ。現実の世界で成し得てこそ意味がある。
そんなものの中に何があるっていうの。希望も夢もない。逃げているだけよ。
Yeah.
世界を一つにするか
It's。like an alternative reality, like going into VR.
お前のは世界を一つにするというより、世界を自分一人のものにし、
Mm-hmm.
そういうお前たちご加減に何ができたというのだ。お前たちなら本当は理解しているはずだ。希望などないこと。 希望とは諦めに等しいものだ。それこそごまかしのセリフでしかない。
Damn.
残りの8尾と9尾を差し出し、俺の計画にもろもろ協力しろ。
This is dope, y'all.
戦争になる。
戦争だと。
8尾。どういうことだ。
8尾の捕獲には失敗し逃げられた。あれこそ人中力として完璧な忍びだ。お前の弟だけある。
The eyes, bro.
やっぱりそんな気もしてたんすよね。あのアホめ。これを機に里の外へ出て。
渦巻きナルトは渡さない。
私も同じく。
雷影、お前は。
もちろん弟は渡さん。
Dude, this is insane.
に集めた美獣の力がある。お前たちに勝ち目はないぞ。
希望は捨てない。
Mm-hmm. Well said, Gara.
第4次任海大戦。ここに戦線を含
Yo, yo, dude.
正気か。
Holy shit, y'all.
今度は戦場で会おう。
I got crazy goosebumps right now. Man, what a master plan he has. Indeed, a project. Time to unite, y'all.
伸び連合軍を作る。
Yep, a real one now.
美獣の力に対抗するにはな。
雷影様は反対してましたが。
弟は無事だったようだが、これ以上暁にダラダラと振り回されるわけにはいかん。連合軍を作り一気に蹴りをつける。
この葉はどうするんじゃ。おかげが逃げたままじゃぜ。
I can even trust him.
今回の会談の件でわしらの
Sick job, Donzo.
忍びたちに知られれば、この葉での断蔵の立場も危うい。いずれ失脚。
Thank God. I hope so.
連合軍の話は俺が信用できるこの葉の忍びに伝えておく。
誰だ。
チャリンガンの畑か。
Classic. Of course it's
良
Kakashi.
い牙の息子か。
今ここで若い忍びが不器用なりに雲と木の葉、互いの国、里を思い頭を下げている。雷神様、あなたは五影の一人として俺をどう捉え、どう思われる。
いいだろう。断蔵よりは
Yeah, that's for damn sure, y'all.
雷影様、すぐにでもキラー B を探す手配を。
Yeah, he's gonna be in danger.
8尾と9尾を狙っているなら、奴らもまだ B を必要に追っているはずです。
T、すぐに捜索隊を編成して B を探させるよう里に連絡しておけ。
寒い正体にもすぐに知らせてやんなきゃな。思いも軽いも落ち込んでたからさ。
マダラの月の目計
Let that girl suffer longer, bro.
絶対に8尾と9尾を渡してはダメです。だから8尾と9尾をこちらの連合軍で先に見つけ出して隠しておくのがベストだと思うが。
その通りです。もし10尾とかが復活なんかした日には。
It's gonna be up for contention.
あなたの美獣が集まった力は想像もできん。わしら忍び連合軍側にも8尾と9尾の美獣は戦力として計算した方がいいのではないか。
それはダメだ。これは2人を守る戦争。弱っている今のマダラや暁メンバーだけでは8尾と9尾を捉えることが難しいからだ。
Yeah, you saw that with Nagato, that's for sure.
戦争で2人を誘い出すためかもしれない。いずれにせよ8尾と9尾を戦争に駆り出すのは策とは言えない。
私もそれがいいと考えます。
The youngest ones are based.
に同意だ。
Okay.
ことを考えれば敵の前に8尾と9尾をおいそれと出すわけにはいかん。そもそも8尾
Yeah, try not to use them yet.
作戦などという言葉には縁遠い。
Not surprising at all.
感情が混乱するかもしれんしな。
9尾のナルトも同じだ。
言えてるじゃん。
わかりました。では8尾と9尾は保護拘束ということでどうです、土影様。
岩、霧、砂。
I feel like Naruto's not gonna like this being confined though.
本当に捜索チームを編成しすぐに動け。8尾や見つけ次第わしのところへ連絡が来るようにしろ。弟はわしの言うことぐらいしか聞かん。それと風影、さっきのかかしへの件頼むぞ。ここに来る道中で畑かかしと9尾の陣中力のガキにある。まだこの鉄の国にいるかもしれん。まずはこの国から探して。
Yeah, they could be in danger considering the Koski's around.
ちょっといいですか。
なんだ。
はい。
さっさと。
暁にはまだ僕と同じ忍び刀七人衆の星垣貴様がいます。は陣中力並みの着弾。
Dude, insane.
最悪なサメ肌を持っていて、刀と融合すると人間でありながら陣中力に近い力を発揮する尾を持たない美獣だって。
Jeez.
そう聞きました。
He's built different.
決して舐めない方が。
そんなことは分かっとる。それより本当にそれでええのか。マダラの操るであろう7体の美獣の力は未知じゃぜ。もし8尾と9尾を拘束してわしら忍び連合軍が2人を守ったところでその連合軍が全滅しては意味がない。だったらじゃぜ、花から2人を参戦させ連合軍と
It's a tough decision to make, man.
それはどうかな。今ここに世界初の忍び連合軍ができつつある。この力もまた未知数。
Another good point, man. I like all this back and forth here. They're all working together so much better now that they're aligned to a common goal, you know? It's funny how humans do that.
条件があるのでござる。この戦争を我々侍も参戦する。
Dang, even they're gonna get involved.
これでもまだ心配事が終わりか。
I wonder why he's so bullish on it.
やっぱ先に行ったんだよ。サスケもカリンも。俺たちも上に行ってみる？
だが警戒されている。すぐに見つかる。
ならさ、いい方法があるんだけど。
Get out of there, Sigets.
今まで通りやってたらサスケ探しても見つ
Damn, Naruto's focused.
かうしかねえってばよ。まずは持続時間上げねえと。
ナルト、そろそろ入ってこい。
Yo.
さくらちゃん。
Dude, I love the way Sage Mode looks on Naruto. So
な
cool.
んでお前たちここへ来たの？
ナルト、あんたに話があるの。
Y'all, man, things are going crazy, dude. I can't believe this right now. Oh, man. It feels like all of Shippuden is just built up to this moment. Like, so much set up for this, the fourth Great Ninja War. So sick. As he cries. Oh my god, of course this is who he goes to. He kind of reminds me of Frankie a little bit from One Piece when he goes super, but or this. Dang, not enough passion. Dude, what's this beast behind him? Oh, no. Oh shit, this seems like someone who could definitely beat him. This is not good, dude. This is not good at all. I don't know, bro. Dude, I'm so nervous.
忍び連合軍の体験を誰に任せるかがまた問題となるじゃろう。今の影に敵にはおるのか。わしを含め、おかげを暴録と言ったのはお前じゃ。
Naruto should do it. Was that actually him though, or Danzo influencing him? That was the Kage.
先ほどから皆をうまくまとめているし、対応策を出すのも早くして、キーとなる美獣8尾をコントロールできるのは殿だけでござる。
I don't know if they're gonna have the 8-tails soon, bro. Yeah, the Raikage at least seems to care. At least it's not Danzo. Yeah. Just the world's under one person's freaking control. Yeah, Madara's plan is far more devious than Nagato's was. Nagato at least wanted, like, even though it was fake peace too, it was less about his control over everyone and more about everyone deterring each other. Squad, let's go. Let's go. Y'all, I'm so excited for this. I love this plot right now. Yamato. Broccoli. Uh-oh.
なんて言ったの？聞き間違えたかもしんねえからもう一度。
だから。What'd she tell him?
あんたのことが好きだって言ったのよ。
Don't tell me.
サスケくんなんて私にとってもうな。
Bro, Naruto is just getting all the babes now.
してたって人が告白してんだからちゃんと聞いてよね。
Interesting. She's kind of just getting rid of Sasuke?
でもなんで？ どうしてこんなとこで冗談言っても面白くもなんともねえよ、さくらちゃん。何があったんだってばよ。
別に何も。ただもう目が覚めただけ。抜け人で犯罪者である人を好きでいる必要ないでしょ。私だっていつまでも子供じゃない。現実は見えてる。
She seems to be at conflict with herself a bit here.
あんたとの約束はもういいの。ナルトもサスケくんを追いかけるのはもうやめにしない？
So she's trying, yeah. She's just trying to protect Naruto. It's kind of like messed up for her to say I love you to him. If you better mean that, you know, like.
ナルトには全て私から話す。
さくらさんがなんか明暗でもあんのか。
とにかく私に任せて。だからナルトには何も言わないでほしいの。絶対にこれだけは守って。
I don't like this, man. Let's just be upfront, be transparent. Quit being little sneaky shinobi.
それから。
たく。こういうことかよ。
さくらちゃん、なんかあったのか。なんで急に俺なんかの。
だから何もないわよ。あんたは。
Dude, I don't like this.
私はただ、サスケ君ただ一人に認めても。
I like that Naruto's not falling for it.
ナルト、私の一生のお願い。
Damn, dude, this makes me really sad.
今度は私も一緒に。サスケ。
Tell Yamato doesn't like it at all.
離れていくだけ。でもナルト、あんたはいつも私のそばにいてくれた。私を励ましてくれた。
She's blushing. I mean, there's gotta be some realness here, I hope.
ナルト、あんたの本当の姿に。ペインの時だって私が必要としてる時にあんたは戻ってきてくれた。里を守った英雄。今は里のみんながあんたを好きでいる。私はただその一人になっただけ。あのいたずら好きな落ちこぼれだったあんたが素敵で立派になっていくのを私は身近で見ていた。でもサスケ君は罪を重ね私の心を砕くだけ。どんどん別の遠い人になっていく。でもナルト、あんたのことは。
Yeah, this must feel so conflicting for Naruto, man. I feel conflicted.
今はあんたのことが心の底から。
いい加減にしろ、さくらちゃん。そんな冗談は笑えねえって言ってんだよ。
何キレてるの？
Damn, look how much Naruto has grown.
女心と秋の空って言うでしょ。
This isn't the way he would want it.
自分に嘘をつくようなやつは嫌いだ。
Yeah. Damn, bro. Shit's deep.
私が自分に嘘をついているって。自分の本心は自分が決める。私が嫌いなら正直に言えばいいじゃん。勝手な言い訳を作るぐらいなら。
I didn't say he hates you.
そんなことを言うためにわざわざこんなところまで。
そんなこと？そんなことって女の子が告白することがそんな軽いことだと思ってんの？わざわざこんなとこまでって。
No, it's a huge deal. But
あんたはサスケくんっていつもサスケくんを追いかけ。
there's obviously more to it.
キュービの準中力で暁に狙われてんのよ。私は自分の心配をしたらどうなの？私はね、そんな危ない目にあってまでサスケくんなんか追っかけなくていいって言ってんの。今すぐ里へ帰ってきてほしいからあんたを追ってここへ来た。それだけよ。
苦しい言い訳にしか聞こえねえってばよ。さくらちゃんのことが俺も分かってるつもりだ。
からなんでわかんないの？私はもう犯罪者になったサスケくんなんて何とも思ってない。だから私との約束。
He knows that's not true.
約束の問題じゃねえんだ。サスケのやつがなんで復讐に取りつかれて暴れてんのか俺にも少し分かる気がすんだ。サスケは家族や自分の一族が大好きだった。愛情が深えやつだから余計に許せねえんだと思う。
だったらなんでその許せねえイタチを倒した後暁に加担する？
Oh, yeah, they don't know yet.
そうじゃなかった。本当は
ナルト。
Damn, dude. Yeah, it's gonna make this conflict even harder to repair from now, dude. Oh.
復興に向かう今、余計な混乱は避けたい。話の裏付けが取れるまで。
The duty's coming first. I feel like Sakura deserves to know, though.
さくらちゃんとの約束がなくなっても関係ねえよ。俺自身サスケを助けたいと思ってる。
おい、どうすんだよ、さくら。もう本当のこと言っちまった方がいい。
It's like our plan failed.
もういい。私は帰る。
The truth could be a good idea, y'all. Truth is usually important.
さくらさん、行こうぜ。
Damn, y'all, that was a heartbreaking exchange. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Akamaru looked back.
ごめんね。
Oh God, Anbu?
よかったのか、さくら。
キバ、お願いがあるの。これからすぐにサスケくんを探す。協力して。
Damn, bro, just like that. My boy. Back pain ain't looking too bad now.
8尾と9尾を処理しちまえばマダラのその計画ってのもダメにできるし雲と木の葉の戦力を削ぐことができて
Dude.
今回はそういうのはなしにしたんじゃ。
ハンコじじいらしくねえな
Yeah, she's maniacal, dude.
一つだけと
Gara gets him a little bit here.
あんたたちはいつ己を捨てた
思い出したからじゃ。
何を
頑固になる前の
ポンタでかいくせに削りがいのないクマですね
Yeah, get it right.
思い知りなよ。
Dude, his freaking weapon is massive.
いう時に使うの。ついでにポンタはアライグマと。
God damn it, y'all.
山をするってことですね
Dude. A chakra pencil. Oh, crazy.
飛んで高周波振動を起こし貫通力を上げた鉛筆ですがフトン以上の貫通力とは大した
Wow. This could be at least has someone else with him.
飛びリングで私の出方を見つつしかもそれが陽動であり私を挟むとはね
Slow-mo is crazy.
どういうことだい B の超ビブラートライトン塔が貫通せんと
He's getting right to it.
よしこれで頭が飛んだよ
Holy.
お前、俺のチャクラを
Yeah, he's sucking it up.
その刀だな刀がチャクラを
Dude, that sword is so strong. Ugh.
あなたのチャクラのタコ味が相当ここまでサメ肌が騒ぐのも珍しい削りがいがあります意外に可愛い
What?
の魚の目にしてやるぜ
Dude, this is a wild matchup. Ooh.
血がきサメ以後お見知りおきよ
Damn, we haven't seen the whole thing before. Crazy, dude. That aura. Yo, dude. Things are... if any... I couldn't have thought it would get even crazier. And here we are, y'all. It just keeps on going up, man. This is incredible. Like, I know we're not even at, like, peak moments here, really. But, like, it feels like peak to me just because there's so much going on, dude. So sick. Alright, y'all. Let's get in the review section. Declaration of War and Sakura's Feelings. A proper name. Especially with Declaration of War. The fourth Great Ninja War begins officially. Very exciting, y'all. Nervous. I'm very nervous for sure, but it is something that I've been kind of asking for to a degree, and has kind of been foreshadowed from this series, and just how much war has like been a theme in the show, despite it not being actually like present in the plot line currently, throughout up until this point, up into that we are into with Naruto. There's always been flashbacks to war. Obviously, we've had a lot of battles, but nothing like at a grand scale. We've just seen a lot of history or lore from the wars, like with the Rain Village and Nagato. I think that was the third war, right? You know, some flashbacks to or references to the other wars as well. But still, up until this point, like one of my favorite episodes in all of Naruto was the flashback of Kakashi with his squad with the fourth Hokage. Well, I guess it wasn't the fourth, Minato at the time, and his squad and their part in that war, and actually seeing some of the war, seeing the scale of it. I thought that was really cool at the time. Like, it felt like the world expanded a lot at that point. And so obviously we're getting a lot here with the world continuing to expand with the Great War. I think it's only going to get more large at scale. Now, part of me is nervous for this too, because I feel like that's one of the hardest things for authors to do, is like as a show grows and gets, you know, kind of wider in scale, it's harder to kind of connect the pieces together in a seamless way. So very curious how the author will do it here, but I'm very excited for it because I think the payoff is so much higher with the world building. Like, for example, in this arc, we already get so much world building with the different Kages, their subordinates, more lore about the tailed beast and different Kages in the past, and that's always like so enjoyable to, I don't know, view as a viewer and learn about the universe more. It just like makes the world a bit deeper, you know? So I'm really enjoying that aspect. Now, I will critique one thing here. This, you know, Project Tsukinome, right? I want to say I really love the plot line of it, but I'm going to critique a little bit of the exposition dump here, where like, you know, kind of the trope of the villain just giving up his plan. A little silly. I mean, like, you know, he wants to tell them this to maybe hopefully have them just give up the tails, but I mean, who would rationally give up the tails in this situation? Like, I feel like no one would trust him like that, and Madara should know that as well, right? So I think it's a little convenient writing, to be honest, but I'll kind of turn a blind eye to it because, like I said, the world building and the plot line itself is dope. At the end of the day, I can like look over that and be like, all right, this is sick, right? Like this whole project for him to, and connecting to the lore of the 10-tail, crazy. The 10-tail looks really scary. The lore, the sage of the sixth path, who was the first one to develop the sealing jutsu for Jinchuriki, or to make Jinchuriki, and he was the Jinchuriki of the 10-tails, and then he was really the one who created all these different tailed beasts by separating the chakra of the 10-tail. And the 10-tail, I guess, body is the moon. He threw it up into the air. I like all like the mythology aspect of it all. Really, really cool. I really liked how all this is kind of connected to that ancient stone that's in the Leaf Village that the Uchihas have passed down from generation to generation, and how the text in that can only be read through certain ocular jutsus. So Sharingan, Mangekyo, and Rinnegan, and I guess like in a certain order you can read more and more and more. So Rinnegan obviously very important, and I'm wondering if Madara has read this with Rinnegan, like if he somehow got Nagato to read it, or if there's parts of this text that still haven't been interpreted because someone with Rinnegan hasn't been around. And you know, I'm kind of foreseeing that maybe Madara is going to go after Nagato's body and try to take the Rinnegan, right? Like, I feel like that's kind of an important piece to his plan. If he's going to become whole, like kind of become the sage of the sixth path, like he wants to kind of become this godlike figure, this entity to unify everyone through an infinite nightmare realm. What do you call this? Tsukuyomi? Yeah, dude, crazy. But I feel like Rinnegan might be an important piece because that's what the sage of the sixth path said. I'd assume that would give him more power, or it might be necessary for him to have the amount of power for him to become the Jinchuriki of the 10-tails. Yeah, y'all, it's a wild plan, but yeah, I like the depiction of it on the moon, the huge Sharingan eye. Man, that's terrifying. Can you imagine living in a world like that? But obviously, it's almost like Nagato's dream to a degree here, but like much more sinister, right? Because it's not really, it's all down to one person. Nagato's was more like making this big weapon to deter everyone from war, right? For them to experience all that pain and for them to deter it. Still somewhat of a cynical viewpoint, of course, but Madara's is all like, all the power comes to him. He makes the decision of how to unify the world, and that's it. And I think that's a big pitfall. That's more so like, you know, and I think I talked about this a little bit last episode, but kind of the whole ideology of, hey, maybe I think I'm doing something for a good reason to unify the world, but if it has to be your way, you're kind of doing it for the wrong reasons. It's that unification is not real. It's a facade. It's control, right? It's one way. It's my way or the highway, right? And we talked about that a little bit, of how people in history have done that a lot, right? Like big figures, like probably like Hitler or other dictators, authoritarian figures. A lot of times, I think they're not willing to compromise. They're not real leaders. They're authoritarian, and so they don't really unify people through commonality or like, you know, finding good middle ground. They do it through control itself. And so Madara is obviously kind of more on that side of the spectrum. And yeah, but it makes me be very curious about the state Madara is in now. He says he's too weak to really confront them all, so that's why he's using the tailed beast in this war. I'm wondering what it's going to look like with the tailed beast. Like, is he going to put them into different Jinchuriki and like control the Jinchuriki in some way, or is he going to control them? Like, can he still control different tailed beasts like he did with the 9-tail with Sharingan, right? Or Mangekyo, I forgot which one that is, but yeah, it makes me really curious on how that's all going to work out in there. But I'm curious to the state of his body, right? Like, how has he survived this long? I feel like there's more lore there to be unpacked. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. It's very, very mysterious, though, even though we're finding out more about his ambition. Now, obviously, the Kages don't respond very well to this. They're like, yeah, this is some BS, man. You know, they pretty much call it how it is. Like, that level of control, or even just, you know, literally that genjutsu is an illusion, right? But even if we relate this to real life and it's like, you know, kind of like a dictatorship and there's so much peace everywhere, right? It's all an illusion. It's not real peace. It's not like there's a lack of war for the right reason. It's because people are fearful, people are being controlled, and people lose their humanity then. So you lose so much of what makes humans great. You know, part of what makes us all amazing too is our uniqueness, our differences. And yeah, that causes conflict and causes wars, but ultimately, like, is it worth kind of killing the human spirit to stop war and violence? I personally don't think so. Like, what's the point of being alive then, right? You're kind of giving up that hope. And as Madara says, he thinks hope in itself is an illusion. It's interesting. Like, I thought that was kind of intriguing to think about, kind of hope being an illusion. I've heard of that before, where it's like, it's just kind of like an end to the means, keep moving on kind of thing. But, you know, we've talked about this a little bit. I look at hope as an element of faith, right? And I think Naruto and the Leaf Village are a good representation of living through that and it kind of bringing out the best of your humanity. So I think personally that it's not really an illusion. It's more of and it is a way to keep you moving forward, but it is something greater that brings out the best in people at the end of the day. It helps them move forward through their pain and heal from pain and connect with others in a more grounded way if they can continue to have hope and not fall into cynicism, kind of like Madara is now, like, and kind of just falling into the practicality and losing your humanity along the way. But I like the realism here too, with, you know, as Madara declares war, you know, all the Kage are united pretty much instantly. Like, they set their differences aside. Even the Tsuchikage and the Raikage, who seem to butt the heads the most to a degree, like they have some history or beef, they are setting aside their differences. And the Tsuchikage, you know, seem to have been influenced by Guard to a degree of the past episodes, where, you know, Guard called them out for forsaking themselves. So but I just think it's realistic, right? Like, you know, if there's something to save humanity, it would be like an existential threat. Like, you know, if aliens came down and invaded the world, like, all the countries would put aside their differences and be like, all right, we're all at risk. Let's join hands to this common goal. So it's kind of interesting how we all work that way too. Is like, if there's something that's a bigger threat than each other, then we can join hands and set aside differences. And in that way, it's kind of like, all right, well, why are we even bickering over things in the first place? Like, there could be bigger problems. So we should really be trying to see eye to eye on things more, meet in the middle more, so that we can be better prepared for bigger threats, or join hands to tackle shared problems, you know? So I just kind of like the realism there. All right, let's move on to the next episode and talk about Sakura's feelings, y'all. Honestly, this scene was kind of heartbreaking for me to watch, I won't lie. I think there's more going on here than what we see as the audience. Like Sakura walking off at the end and saying, "I'm so sorry, Naruto," and kind of getting flashes to her conversations with the rest of our Leaf Village members that we've grown to love, like Rock Lee, Hinata, I was about to say Nagato, not Nagato. You know, all of our different shinobi we grew up with in classic Naruto. You know, they all seem to have made this decision, I'm assuming around Shikamaru and trying to deal with Sasuke. But there seems to be something else here that is loaded, right? Like, we see that, I don't know if it's an Anbu that shows up, it was at least a Leaf Ninja, but he seemed to have a similar power to Sai. Like he kind of was like a big drawing, and he even seemed similar to, like he looks similar to Sai. So maybe that's the Anbu falling potentially, but maybe there's some misdirection from Sakura here to try to protect Naruto in some way. But if we take it at face value for what conversation happened with Sai and Sakura in the previous episodes about Naruto kind of taking on too much pain from this promise, she's kind of just manipulating Naruto, right? She's saying she loves him when, and I don't know if that part's fake, you know, she's blushing and stuff, but like, you know, she's denying her truth that she loves Sasuke, right? Maybe she could also love Naruto here, but I think the biggest thing that she's lying to herself is that she doesn't care about Sasuke now, that he's a criminal and keeps hurting her, so she doesn't care anymore. I think that's just a flat out lie, and Naruto can sense that and tell. And I don't know, like it was sad to kind of like see her announcing love for Naruto when like it's probably for a different reason than like actually being genuine, you know, to try to convince him to stop putting himself in harm's way for Sasuke when there's other people after him and whatnot. And I really like Naruto's response to this. I really think this showed a lot of Naruto's maturity, you know, throughout all of this show. That's one thing I'll give a lot of props to the author on, is the character development for Naruto, I think, has been really good, really steady, really gradual. I think in this moment you see just a lot more of his maturity again. Has a much better, like, he's so much more grounded in general. Like, if this was back in classic Naruto, or maybe even the beginning of Shippuden, he probably would have been like head over heels and just so happy to hear that and wouldn't have like sensed something more. But you know, he's got so much more maturity, and he is a leader, and he knows Sakura well, obviously. He can sense something's up here. I especially hate when he does say that she's lying to herself, and she's like, you know, my feelings are my own to say, or my own to know, and that's true. But then she said, if you just hate me, come out and say it. And like, that's a form of like pure manipulation there. It's like you're basically gaslighting someone to some degree there. It's kind of ironic that she's like, hey, my feelings are my own, don't tell me how I feel, and then try to say that how he feels about her. All right, so that whole scene was really sad to watch. Like I said, I think there might be more going on here, but if it is just at face value around like her trying to protect Naruto from going after Sasuke because of the harm that's been caused and her part of it, I think she did a disservice to Naruto. She didn't tell the truth like a friend should do. She should have just came to him and said directly that she's worried about him and she doesn't want him to do this for her anymore, which is somewhat happens to a degree in this conversation, just in a very unhealthy and damaging way. Like Naruto's like, no, it's not about just the promise anymore. I'm doing this because I believe it, right? But we'll have to see. But I think there's things that aren't being said from both sides. Like obviously Naruto's hiding the truth of Itachi and why he understands Sasuke's hatred a lot more and the evil actions he's doing. And the Sakura seems to be hiding something around maybe the Leaf Village or some other aspect that we don't know about yet. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and do the character ratings for MVP. I'm gonna give it to Mr. Kasame, man. The aura, dude. Dude, the moment he shows up in the second episode, 206, I was like, oh my God, dude. Like, if there's one person I don't want B to fight, it's this freaking dude, man. Like, I don't know why it just seems like the counter to be like, you know, a swordsman who has this like really unique skill set, you know, and obviously a huge amount of chakra. You know, they literally compared him to a Jinchuriki's power level. So I'm really excited to see the fight. I think it's going to be crazy, but at the same time, I'm kind of nervous. Like, I think they definitely could take B here. Like maybe Kasame will win this fight and take B, and then Naruto's like the only Jinchuriki and the whole weight of the world's on him. Or maybe he defeats him and like they all rescue B before he's really taken and then the beast is extracted. I could see both of those happening, but yeah, I don't really see B winning this, to be honest. They're setting up Kasame to be so strong. We've seen him be very strong too, but it seems like this is gonna be like the first like full fight we see with him, which is I'm really excited for because his sword, dude, that thing is crazy. For the best moment, we'll give it to Madara and him announcing his plan you know, despite some of my reservations with the way it's written, it's just freaking sick, dude. It's so exciting, the world building, the expansion of this universe. Madara taking more of a centerpiece as the antagonist here, and I just can't wait to see like how the war is written, right? Like how it's animated, like how sides are going to face off against each other. I just feel like the scales are going to be crazy. For the funniest character, Killer Bee, of course. He had a few funny, really funny moments. The raccoon drawing was pretty funny. And then for the Sako, I'm gonna give it to Sakura. Now, a little asterisk here. I don't know if there's more to it. Obviously, maybe she won't deserve it, but like, there's a big part of me that's just like, she's not really approaching this in the right way. Like, maybe there's something she can't say that I'll accept later on if I hear more about it. But just the manipulation in general, I just really didn't like that. Like the fact that she knows Naruto loves her, and that's the strategy she takes to try to manipulate her friend, someone who really cares for her. And I know that's just like a really low thing to do, to mess with somebody's feelings and say that you feel a similar way but you really don't. Like, it's just fucked up, man. It really is. That messes with people's heads. Anyways, y'all, I think that will do for these episodes. Let me know what y'all thought about these. Let me know what your characterization would have been, how you interpreted Sakura's conversation, maybe about the writing of the declaration of war. Yeah, y'all, this is crazy right now. Thank you for joining me on this journey. We got a long ways to go, but it's growing, man. It's growing. I hope you all have a really good rest of your day and a good week, and I will catch you for the next episodes. Peace.